Hello everyone, I am Doodlemans86 and today I'm getting back into things and starting with a Playmates review. Today we're going to take a look at Oneeye. This guy alongside Drown Viper released earlier this year, I think around February, March, somewhere there. So without further ado, let's start this review. Taking a look at the packaging, it's the same. The pinks, the crystals, the renders, the lightning, and the thunder. So it says Oneeye here. Renders look nice. There's the sides. The back we have Oneeye and a description. There's the rest of the wave. And these guys also released around the same time, the real feel figures. So those guys are pretty cool. So with that, let's get to the figure. Here we have Oneeye. I do not like this guy. I mean, the figure is cool. I just hate Oneeye because he's so loyal to Scar King. Like, why? Like, Scar King doesn't even like you. Like, without Oneeye, the third act in Hollow Earth wouldn't have even happened. Like, think about that for a second. This guy is the reason this whole thing went down. At least the final battle. But anyway, Oneeye here actually looks really great. I didn't think Playmates would make a figure of him because it looks like they're making figures of Titans who don't even have figures, like Drown Viper and Oneeye here, and Doug. Who could forget that one? So it's interesting that they actually went ahead and made him. And I guess if any ape of the Scar King's army, if they were going to make any one of those guys, it was obviously Oneeye. Or one of those, I forgot their name, but they look like gorillas. You know, they look stronger. They're definitely stronger than this guy. I mean, have you seen Oneeye? He is small. Anyway, the figure here looks great. As you can see, he really only has one eye. He looks really crazy, but the other eye is really white. He has some scars on, or not scars, it could be paint. I don't remember. I haven't seen the movie in a while. But we definitely have paint here on the chest and some on the shoulder. It's that dark burgundy color. But the brown looks pretty great. It's more gray than anything, and the actual skin is gray. And you can see here he uses an entirely new body. It's not repurposed from Scar King or Kong. So still very thin, kind of wide though. Doesn't have that much muscle. Missing a lot of fur. So he's got a lot of gray patches, so that's cool to see. He's actually missing some fur back here. As you can see, it's the skin. It's just not painted though. But that does look really great. And the sculpt looks great. Looks pretty accurate to what we see in the movie. And it looks good, especially for a $10 figure. It's not bad. The sculpting is there. Looks like Oneeye, paint's great. Overall great appearance. If you have any of the other apes in this series, Kong, Scar King, Zuko, this guy's basically the same thing. So we have swivel here at the head, goes a full 360, but it is a ball joint because as you can see, it does go up and down. Not a lot, but it's something. And it can rotate, so I think that if you cut up the sculpt a little bit, maybe he could get a better range. But yeah, that's actually really cool. For the shoulder, we have that swivel hinge, goes out. We have one at the shoulder, we have one here at the elbow, wrist swivel, really nice. Here in the torso we have a ball joint, very noisy, but it works. Can get some nice action there, full 360. The hips are on that same swivel hinge. They go all the way, just a little bit tight though. So we have the hinge there, swivel hinge again at the knees, and nothing at the ankles. So yeah, overall, I was about to call him Scar King. Oneeye's articulation is really great, moves really well, and he can pull off some nice poses, and he can go on all fours. So overall, fantastic articulation. For accessories, we get this gigantic bone, which is really great. Thank you, Playmates, because these accessories are so awesome, and you can just build so much with them. So it's really great to have these accessories, especially this bone. Because, like, you could army build with this figure. If you get a bunch of Oneeyes and just make them look like different apes, not only do you get, like, a little army of apes, but you also get a bunch of bones. So that's actually really awesome. I love Playmates for that. The sculpting on it is pretty nice. You can see a bunch of cracks. It's white, and it goes into his hands pretty easy. You can put it in the left or the right. All you gotta do is just, like, slide it in there. That's what I do, at least. And then, boom. Just like that, it's in his hands. Really great accessory. As you can see, it is really soft, so it's really bendy, fun to play with. Overall, great accessory. Oneeye here is just a little bit below 6 inches, as you can see. So if you've seen the movie, the army and Oneeye is much smaller than the main cast, like Kong. Definitely much shorter than him. So he does look great next to the Playmates figures, and I'm not going to scold them for sizes because they're just action figures, you know, like $10 action figures. So they look great next to each other. For someone like me who's like trying to like get the figures in scale, my thought process is to have like the Monster Arts Shimo and Scar King because they're both taller than Oneeye and such, and then possibly higher Godzilla and Kong. I'm fine with the Monster Arts though. I'm not too bothered by the scale, but if I was going for like a movie accurate height, I guess that would be my go-to. But as it stands, I think my collection is fine. And I do love how they look next to each other. And Oneeye here is going to look really great next to any other figure you have. He's definitely going to work well for the Monsterverse shelf, especially considering he's the only Oneeye figure out on the market. So overall, stands well, looks great next to the rest of the Monsterverse cast, no matter what line you're holding. All in all, I'd say this Oneeye is definitely worth picking up. Like I said before, you could army build with this figure, so you get a bunch of apes and a bunch of bones, so that's going to work really well to your advantage, especially if they make other apes in the future and those guys also come with bone accessories or something. That's just really great, and I hope Playmates does that because, well, obviously if they do that, a lot of people are going to get them, especially to army build, so that would be pretty great. I know I would. Overall, Oneeye is a fantastic figure. Great articulation, wonderful sculpt and paint, and the bone, nice accessory. Definitely worth the $10. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.